Welcome back to Storytime. Brace yourself for a gripping tale from Tucson, Arizona. I never thought a simple dollar store home test kit would become the final blade that cut ties with my relatives forever. I'm Elena, a 28-year-old storage facility supervisor who's devoted her whole grown-up years to caring for 4 youngsters who aren't mine. I stayed rooted in the middle of our messy family area in Tucson, dodging heaps of soiled clothes, as I saw my sibling gently pat her belly. She stared right at me, smirking confidently, to declare she was expecting her 5th child, despite lacking stable employment for ages. My gut churned with an awful blend of sickness and total weariness, since I realized who'd be stuck covering costs for this latest arrival. I'd wrapped up a tough 50-hour work stretch just to return and see my sibling assuming I'd give up more of my existence for her reckless decisions, as her partner lounged lazily on the sofa. I gathered the bravery to inform her I was finished supporting her way of life and wouldn't contribute a dime to this upcoming infant. Her face changed from cocky to furious outrage as she yelled I was thankless and warned she'd toss me onto the curb if I didn't obey. That exact instance of disloyalty became the ultimate trigger that made me pick my own well-being over her draining requests. If you've ever sensed like you're bearing the massive load of everything while others simply exploit your efforts, go ahead and tap that thumbs up and join the channel now to learn how I broke free from this nightmare. At 5 o'clock before dawn, my blaring wake-up buzzer pulled me from restless slumber prior to the first light hitting Tucson's skyline. I pushed my tired frame from the sheets, knowing that skipping this start would plunge the whole home into total disorder by morning meal. I shuffled to the cooking space to kick off the routine rush of packing 4 different meal kits, navigating sticky leftovers from a gathering I skipped. Marcus had stacked empty soda cans into a tower on the surface for me to tidy, next to grimy plates from his midnight munchies. I muttered quietly while wiping crusted dip from the counter, aware he'd never bother to handle his clutter. The AM schedule was like a precise army drill, needing me in multiple spots, simultaneously, to prepare all for classes promptly. I checked arithmetic assignments for my 9-year-old nephew, Ethan, at the same time attempting to tie my 6-year-old niece Lily's ponytail while she munched breakfast. My eldest nephew Alex was the sole helper, collecting school bags, though he appeared drained from the endless racket indoors. I hurried with desperate speed, since I needed to head to the facility in under 25 minutes or risk tardiness for my hours. I dashed along the corridor for the baby supplies and stopped briefly by the main sleeping quarters where Sophia and Marcus rested. The entrance stayed securely bolted against the clamor of their offspring, as my 3-year-old nephew Noah wailed in his playpen nearby. It stirred deep bitterness, realizing they slumbered cozily, while I calmed their upset little one and herded the bigger kids outside. I succeeded in leaving the older ones at the transport stop and toddlers at childcare, before racing to the commercial zone with my pulse racing. My hours at the storage place were demanding, yet the body work seemed lighter than the mental strain awaiting at residence. During my midday break, a phone alert caused my heart to sink. It was a last notice from the power provider. I rushed back in worry to discover a vivid disconnection warning, stuck embarrassingly on our entry, because the power payment lagged 2 months. I trembled on the steps in fury, since I'd handed Sophia $500 the prior week exactly to avoid this mess. I spotted a wrinkled slip in the stuffed waist bin showing. She'd blown it all on fancy pregnancy outfits, rather than settling the debt. I was forced to shift funds I'd carefully set aside for my upcoming school term to the provider to maintain power. Things worsened further when the middle school contacted me right as I resumed duties to complete my time. My 12-year-old niece, Ava, got nabbed ditching lessons and arguing with an instructor, totally unlike her usual self. I punched out ahead of schedule, forfeiting key earnings, to attend the head's office as her mom ignored the rings. Ava gazed at me teary-eyed and admitted she misbehaved feeling overlooked at home, with Sophia fixated solely on the new arrival. I gripped her palm and vowed improvement, despite already being overwhelmed by duties not my own. I trudged inside at 6 p.m. to spot Marcus on the furniture viewing games, as the young ones griped about hunger. I headed straight to prepare rice, since it was the fastest, cheapest option after such a rotten day. Sophia finally appeared from the quarters in her fresh attire, griping the place was untidy despite zero effort to fix it. We gathered for the grains, but Marcus shoved his dish aside, disgusted after one taste. He complained the flavor was dull and questioned why I skipped chicken, as he craved poultry that night. I eyed this adult male, who'd added zilch to the home, and felt anger boiling that almost caused an outburst. He dared request a fancy dish, while I just used my learning savings to keep electricity for his shows. 4 days post-Sophia's reveal shifted the home into a feelings war zone. Matters worsened from subtle jabs to a planned family talk headed by the elder leader. I was sorting a pile of washing in the main space when a firm rap at the entrance announced the arrival of Sophia's usual ally. My grandmother, Grandma Evelyn, appeared on the step clutching her bag close, wearing a stern frown of judgment. She arrived not to mop grimy surfaces or feed her great-grandkids, but to preside in the lounge and critique my missing money help for Sophia's growing group. Sophia perched beside Grandma Evelyn on the seat, palm guarding her tummy, as Marcus hovered by the cooking entry like a quiet backup ready to jump in. Grandma Evelyn jumped right in with her fix for the group's travel issue, which meant selling my items for everyone's benefit. She eyed me coldly and proposed trading my dependable hatchback to gather cash for a deposit on a fresh 8-passenger SUV for Sophia. I gaped in shock, since that vehicle was my sole way to reach the facility and evening lessons for my certification. I attempted to clarify I required my ride to hold the position funding home costs, but reason ignored as Grandma Evelyn saw kin duties above self-preservation. She shook her head disappointed, treating me like a defiant kid instead of the lone working grown-up present. Grandma Evelyn bent ahead, frowning, and spat the prepared guilt line to force my agreement. Elena, you're acting so self-centered. Your sibling carries new life, and you focus only on hoarding cash and that worn auto. The blame hurt as I'd sacrificed all for this kin over 2 years, yet I wouldn't allow them to strip my transport and escape path. I rose to confront them, voice steady though hands shook. That's not self-focus, Grandma. That's my stuff. I won't trade my tomorrow for Sophia's bad picks any longer. The gathering closed in tense deadlock, with Grandma Evelyn storming off grumbling about my lack of thanks. But money wrongs didn't end with the auto demand. I retreated to my space to relax and chose to review my accounts to confirm gas funds after the power payment. Then I saw an odd alert from Credit Watch about an unauthorized check on my ID number. I accessed the site with dread and found a fresh charge account maxed on a luxury infant gear site. Sophia had grabbed my details to purchase a posh bassinet and buggy, while I labored to keep lights on in her place. The stab felt like a hit, as this shifted from sloth to a serious offense against her kin. I sensed the walls squeezing, so I snatched keys and headed to a tiny diner near Tucson's border to see my trusted pal. My close buddy, Riley, waited at a side, Booth worried as I slapped the printed account record before her. Riley, a legal aide, scanned the fake buys with expert sharpness that eased my fast beat. She noted Sophia did ID fraud, and I must act fast before my rating tanked permanently. We lingered an hour as she led me to contact fraud teams to lock credit and challenge costs. Riley met my gaze post-call and issued a spine-tingling alert. Be cautious, Elena. If they stole your ID once, they'll try again. Find an exit ASAP. I returned that night with stomach knots aware the battle started. Precisely 2 weeks later, home air was tight like a breaking cord as the quiet between Sophia and me grew stifling. I sped from the facility not for typical extra chores of meals and tidying, but to grab the post as I awaited a reply that might reshape my path. I discovered a fat cream envelope with the mark of the biggest software firm in central Tucson among usual late notices in the box. I lingered in the drive, with shaky fingers ripping the edge to uncover an approval note for a compensated trainee spot in their data review unit. The pay listed doubled my current facility wage, with a route to permanent tech role after finishing studies. Pure joy hit me first time in ages, as this became my escape from hardship. I entered smiling uncontrollably, a mistake in strategy. Sophia lurked in the kitchen sensing power change, snatching the sheet from me before keys hit the surface. Her gaze flew over the text, as her look turned from interest to ugly envy twisting her expression. She skipped cheers or embraces for her junior kin, instead glaring coldly while ripping the note into neat parts. She let bits fall to the grimy tile and brushed palms like discarding waste. The demand she gave next was bold enough my mind needed time to grasp her sheer nerve. Sophia stated I must drop school sessions now and leave my facility role to handle home full-time. She said with the fifth kid arriving, she and Marcus must concentrate on job hunts, a falsehood all knew they'd ignore. Marcus sat at the table sipping a drink, smirking in a way that creeped me. He mocked my office work idea, claiming a female's role is home-minding kin over silly job goals. The rudeness filled the air thickly, but I hid tears over the shredded sheet. I knelt for the future scraps as Sophia neared to bully with her stance. Tensions sparked as she saw I wouldn't yield this round. Sophia bellowed so loud neighbors likely caught it through barriers. You believe you're heading out? You owe me this place. I require you for kid watch so I rest. Leave that entrance, never return. I rose calm, fixing the creased paper, drawing on remaining coolness. I stared at the blood kin, lacking my principles, and spoke truth she wasn't set for. You're correct, Sophia. I'll depart. Soon you'll grasp the cost of making your sole helper and foe. I spun from her toward my quarters, but Marcus wanted final say to boost his weak pride. Marcus laughed low and yelled, "Hey, kid, you won't survive days outside. You'll beg back soon." I shut and locked my quarters door, skipping instant packing as they might hear bags or cases. I held till home calmed, falsely quiet, before sneaking to the shed, pretending to check wash. The shed glowed faintly, reeking of grease, yet it was my last safe spot in that choking spot. A shape by the tool area startled me, but I eased seeing Alex emerge from behind junk piles. My 15-year-old nephew seemed aged with eye shadows and serious look. He approached quiet and gave me a worn journal. I flipped to pages of noted times when he caught Sophia and Grandma Evelyn plotting to wreck my money freedom. Alex said they aimed to claim my auto stolen if I fled with it, urging tonight's escape before they rose. I viewed this courageous teen risking for me, knowing departure was key to gain power for his later rescue. At 1 a.m., as night blanketed Tucson's suburban area, I launched my exit end with army-like care. I glided through quarters ghost-like, aware one floor squeak could rouse hall sleepers and spoil liberty. I ignored keepsakes and picture books, knowing feeling ties were weights pulling back to poison. I packed only basics: computer, birth paper, ID card, week's outfits into sturdy dark sacks. This picked to trick. If Sophia or Marcus window checked, it'd seem trash dump not life move. I tiptoed past main quarters, where Marcus's soft rumble shook the panel like a dawsing watch beast. My chest thumped so hard I feared it alone might wake the infant in nursery. I hit kitchen exit finding Alex shadowed, as vowed from shed talk. He stayed mute, grabbing heavy sacks, guiding to my hatchback on road, avoiding shed lift noise. We filled the back quietly under faint yellow lamps as Arizona chill nipped skin. I faced my nephew last, guilt heavy as I left him to adult in a kid-filled chaos home. Alex shivered in light sweatshirt, hands pocketed, forcing brave mask. He eyed the jail-like home, then me with grown wisdom no 15 boy needs. Alex neared whispering rush in cool air. "Aunt, leave, skip us worry. Stay, you'll fade slow in these bounds." I'll signal if bad occurs. I clutched his hands tight so he knew this was temp pullback, not ditch. I eyed him saying, I swear I'll return for you and young ones when strong, but now self-save first to save you after. He dipped head once, nudging me to drive seat before home return for guard. I rolled car down slope neutral pre-engine to mute sound from drive. I cruised empty Tucson roads, tears flowing yet relief deep making me dizzy. I traveled 30 minutes cross town to a rundown flat block Riley secured hours prior. The single-room flat sat over a loud cleaner shop smelling old smoke, but to me like triumph. I hauled sacks up 2 levels, dropped on plain bed pad, too worn for bolt lock. That blank space calm broke next dawn. I rose not to kid yells or bossy adults, but phone buzz across boards. I grabbed seeing 85 ignored calls and tons texts from Sophia shifting, puzzled to sorry to deadly. Her fury amount showed she woke wanting brew and free sitter, finding bare space and cool oven. I skipped calls, hit play on fresh voice note from minutes back. Sophia's tone screeched venom via small sound. You're a spoiled ingrate. I'll alert cops you took my funds. You'll suffer ditching kin when needed. I heard the worn calm, shocking as first time not facing her hit. I kept the note as proof, blocked her, rose for first free day. I didn't realize her cop threat wasn't empty yell, but real plan she'd follow. Under 36 hours into fresh, start at least flat, peace illusion smashed by scene like cop show chaos. I sat on bed pad studying book and space lit by flashing red-blue lights through slim shades. Hard bangs shook cheap door frame, paint bits dropping, heart pounding. I peeked hole seeing 2 badge wearers hands on guns, behind a lady-like mourning kin. Sophia convinced force to join her at supposed wrong site, acting full drama in my hall. I eased door open hands, shown knowing quick rise in fake blame cases. The senior cop advanced in entry, mate blocking out to stop flight. He wore strict face showing he'd heard strong weep tale pre-arrival. He quick laid claims, logged hour back at station. Cop throat cleared, voice commanding obey. Ms. Elena, report for kid check and claim you stole $8,000 worth. Silent right, but cooperate smart. I froze mute second, as charge worse than guessed. Sophia skipped my reply chance, lunging hall with face tears. She fingers shook pointing, bellowing conviction almost self-doubt my wrong. Sophia howled loud, neighbors peeking. Nab her, she's robber. She grabbed kid-save cash and Grandma Evelyn's old pearl gems pre-flight. I breathed deep, steady hands, stepped back showing full flat. Room bare but bed and sacks, not thief hoard look. I offered search stuff as hide nothing, innocent sole tool. Cops dug my few items, as Sophia door smirked through phony cries thinking trap set. Air choked thick, till panting hall voice cut noise behind Sophia. I look seeing Alex breathless, sweat face like mile run here. He likely biked or quick ride hearing Mom 911, refusing my fall for no crime. Sophia whirled eyes wide, not expecting sun trail to my safe. Alex passed Mom no glance, held broke phone to cop face. Hand shook but tone solid, delivering narrative breakproof. Alex eyed cop saying, Mom fibs, here's last night clip. Mom stashed gem case under own sleep spot to blame Aunt Elena. Cop grabbed phone, played vid clear Sophia wrap box towel, push under pad laughing life ruin plan. Room mood flipped fast as cop saw pawn use in kin fight. Junior cop quit bag dig, eyed Sophia now stare back panic. Lead cop returned phone Alex, turned Sophia new tone. He said fake report crime, waste force on grudge brings hard law hits. Sophia stuttered excuse, victim act gone showing spiteful core. She yelled Alex betrayer, grab try, but cop between shield boy. I watched power switch full, Sophia C destroy try gave force cause probe her. 1 month after station shame, made kin mess public file. I wished authority lie catch humiliation, push Sophia to mom kids need. But sans my wage for life and work for clean, Sophia home quick slid mess to risk. Cop on fake theft filed, must kid protect report alarmed Sophia odd acts, and Alex desperate clip. Follow probe, uncovered neglect layers I'd hid years. Worker surprise, visit found states legally bad for young. Gray fuzz grew kitchen no scrub 6 weeks, freezer bare but old sauce and bad juice. Power cut final again, as Sophia no use own cash for bill I paid weeks back. Worker saw young kids, Ethan and Noah, malnutrition signs and dirt ignore no more. Marcus showed true worth when agency heat real. He saw stay Sophia risk, neglect blame or law cost pay. He skipped family fight or job fix mess help make. Waited Sophia sleep Wednesday eve, quiet bag pack. He took home values include Sophia hid jar coins. Gone night no note for lady, backed his idle years. Sophia rose next find solo in falling home with 4 silent scary kids, and court paper door stuck. Law strike fast no pity at quick here that week. Judge eyed condition pics and worker note grim, set Miller kin fate. Sophia shook not mom worry, but scare control delusion gone. Worker gave ruling break Sophia control dream. Protect worker eyed Sophia firm, Ms. Sophia on clean states and mind unstable, we must order kid remove now immediate. Kids temp foster place with Alex apart siblings, thing I hard stop. Sophia lost guard rights, plus 200 service hours and big fine for fake cop file on me. Desperate full, Sophia found me at firm building mid-trainee. I mid-talk with boss, when desk called hysteric lady lobby demand see. I went find Sophia ghost self, hair mess, eyes wild. She saw me, knee drop front guards and workmates, scene burn face shame. Sophia clutched my pants edge, wailed floor loud. Elena, please beg say you'll cover lease. Marcus gone, can't lose young, your aunt. She tried use my kid love last to dodge own act results. I looked down sad deep, but old guilt vanished. New cash now no kid return. It'd drag her issues. I backed reach, gave final kin tie rule. I cared them 2 years, Sophia. You never true mom. This your carry result. No save you now. I spun, waved secure remove her, left sob marble as I desk return build future she hard try wreck. 5 months on, I stood high-level office in Phoenix, seeing glow signs spark versus dark sand view. My edge office quiet not scary empty ditch, but fancy calm life my rule. I done trainee high scores, firm quick gave full junior data checker role start pay over Sophia and Marcus 3-year sum. I stayed fresh flat spot 15 minutes from center where power steady, soul clean after me. Kin rest news hit via far relatives now get my leave. Grandma Evelyn had light heart issue soon post court, as gold grandkid shame stress to her week. Sans my cash for pills or Sophia care will, she shifted state pay care home Tucson edge. Spot known short staff and clean smell, but sole choice for lady who pushed away pay better one. She tried ring me few from hall shared line, but I blocked all ties that life part. My aim stayed full on blameless hurt this sad. Refuse let nieces, nephews permanent suffer parent wrongs. I saw money guide in Phoenix. Set safe learn fund for Alex and Sibs unlock at 18 only. I put big month wage chunk this account sure tuition I near lost. Fund rules wrote exact stop Sophia touch dime her use. Alex now foster home push school likes. We mail weekly I vow future safe school stay. Best end knowing Sophia spot post her ruin realm dust. She now does eve hours at all-day cleaner in bad area, pay court costs and service. I picture her fluorescent flick fold stranger, dirt clothes back hurt from work, she too good think. She seems 12 years over real with early white strands and deep grudge lines mouth. She final lives, single mom no skill no back as she burned soul stable link. I turned window, grabbed case folder head meet top bosses value my say respect limits. I saw self in meat room glass door, lady no more worn scare guilt load. I grinned self as I fire walk kin stab out other as strong metal. I took back my title, rating, tomorrow from steel try folks. Lift doors open show workmates wait, I step new life no back look. This tale reminds sharp blood share. No excuse take hurt or use from supposed loved ones. Real kin made mutual honor help, not trick drain demands suck soul. Sometimes most care self-future is set firm line walk from no value your worth ones. Thanks huge join Elena tough path from kin use victim to own liberty maker. You believe she correct full cut Sophia and Grandma Evelyn, or one extra shot. Share views below. Remember join channel more justice strong tailies.